Welcome, my friends, to another week of NECC Collegiate Overwatch. My name is Jeff, alongside Billy, and we're really getting into the thick of this thing. Billy, we're in week 6 of 8. It's time to separate the top of the pack from the rest of the gamers here as we're getting into the back third of the season.
I mean, being able to push through the Fluxum and Jetsum of the group here, and we'll see what Arcadia Knights can do coming in 2-2 on the season, sitting in 9th place. And we were talking about this as we are getting ready to come onto the air, Jeff, about how this could be a question of three things. It could be roster, it could be team chemistry between all the moving parts of 10 people being on your roster. It could also be being ready on the game day, the wildly inconsistent results, having taken off maps off of the number one team and then losing to the team that's above you, 0-3, in the standings. So, I mean, what you're never sure what you're going to get out of Arcadia Knights. I mean, they're punching above their weight class in certain respects, and then they're underperforming in others, Jeff. So that's what I'm looking at for Arcadia Knights. And then going on to Newberry, coming in 4-1, they're definitely looking playoff bound for sure. Let's see if they can continue the dominance going on. They've only had their one loss, and it was a 3-0 sweep against Clark Red. So, so far, I mean, maybe they hate control maps is what we were talking about. Maybe that's not their favorite map. Maybe they like to do the reverse sweep every time they come into game. But we'll see what they can bring out of the gate today.
Yep, like I mentioned, Arcadia Knights taking on Newberry, and as we saw on the standings there, Arcadia Knights in that 9th place slot, really looking to punch up, and they beat some good teams. They beat Butler Blue, who are currently sitting 3-1. They are Butler Blue's only loss. They beat who else? Purdue Silver, who's also well above them in the standings. So it's this consistencies that you're talking about. Definitely looking to see which players hit the battlefield today. On the other side, I mean, you were talking about hitting control. The reason for that, the reason Billy's bringing that up, is because every single win is a 2-1. Every single one. They have lost at least one map in all 5 of their series, despite being a 4-1 overall record and sitting currently in 3rd place in the Challengers Yellow Division. They drop a map every single time. And so we're looking to see, are they dropping control every time? It's hard to know with the information we have, but it'll only take, in these best of 3 series where we play all 3 maps, each map win carries that much more gravity, and it's already a great start for Arcadia Knights here as we start things off on well.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at Zombie Comp coming out from Arcadia Knights and from Newberry, and they're just getting absolutely decimated. The poke, especially from Nemo, is not allowing Newberry to close the distance as they want to, so they're going to get early capture percentage going on here. I mean, look at Latrick and the DPS. I mean, the DPS stove from Arcadia Knights getting a ton done there, and the burst healing was great from both teams. But still, Arcadia Knights still coming up on top of that.
Oh, Nemo in this flank position. I love this spot. Just putting so much pressure down from the side. The Shatter's going to fly in 3. Both takes are in trouble, but the Coalescence is out from Omni, helping them stay alive and allow them to push forward a little bit. And a massive boot from All Night Taco mixed the thick of all of that puts Bezra in the well, 92% to a coal of their own. And no, I don't mean the Cowboy that just got taken off the battlefield. Newberry will win this second fight.
Yeah, and I mean, just recently here, I think it was a couple days ago, it's now Cassidy. I'm going to keep calling him the Cowboy, but that officially coming through. But both DPS ultimates ready to go. Now, do you catch them out if you're Peach with Newberry with this EMP ready to go? Or do you go in on tempo with the sound barrier and just see what you can get out of it and see if you can aggress and take more percentage away from Arcadia Knights?
Peach does have this EMP, so Arcadia need to be real careful. They're going to engage. Oh, a great eat of Nemo's dragons. Yeah, but the EMP didn't get nearly as much as they would have liked. Peach dropped it in that back alley and only found one with it. But it's enough for them to pick up some important kills, including Pluto on the Reinhardt. And now Bland's just going in and having a field day with this Tesla cannon.
I mean, they absolutely are. And I mean, the only thing that I really wish I would be seeing here is having the Ana for the nano boost available to that. But I mean, the burst healing that's just coming off from Omni and All Night Taco are just keeping Bland up in the best possible way. You're looking for Death Blossom to come out in the next fight. Really looking for Pluto on the Reinhardt. You see the swap now. Deadeye coming out.
Electric had a lot of skulls and finds 3. Make that 4 if you include Depressus. A follow-up 2 kills. That's a 6K for Latrick. Coming out on Cole Cassidy and making their presence known with that Peacekeeper.
Jeff, that was unfortunately the fault of Depressus there. Actually flew past the Cowboy there with the defense matrix and just laid loose with it and actually flipped the tail end of the mecha there. So, I mean, hard work going for them, getting all the value they needed.
Now, on the left-hand side, it's Arcadia Knights trying to hold the line. They've got a sound barrier to work with, and Peach not close to that EMP, so they could use this aggressively if they would so choose. Maybe in response to All Night Taco if they try to aggress with their own. J-Man goes down first, and Bland has to pop that Primal Rage. Trying to go in and equalize, but without that Reaper, it's a bulk of the damage gone. If you can get Pluto off the side, and they do, sending Pluto for a swim. Nemo falls as well. It's a 4v4 on this point. No Reapers, no main tanks. As a matter of fact, J-Man's actually made it back in this battle. You can see them moving in on the right-hand side of your screen as we speak. EMP at the ready. Newberry doesn't even need it just yet.
Oh, look at the smart disengage coming from Bezra, though. Getting out of there with Coalescence in hand, not investing the ultimate. Great retake from Newberry. Absolutely getting the right heart of the field is the, modus operandi to get it out there. But, yeah, a little bit of a late stagger there from Chong, not being able to find the side. Let's see if Latrick can get another massive Deadeye point, closing it on last fight territory.
We've already seen one 6K out of Latrick. Can Lightning strike twice? We're gonna have to avoid the EMP from Peach. Oh, the Shatter gets interrupted! EMP comes out! Latrick, the only one hacked up aside from Pluto, but the important Earth Shatter off the battlefield. Now support ults coming in droves from Newberry as they look to finish off this opening round on Helios. It's a back and forth, and Nemo's Death Blossom was able to pick up one alongside Chong. So Newberry not without suffering some casualties here, and Bland's in a lot of trouble. There's 2 Hellfire Shotguns at the back, saved by All Night Taco, sending Nemo into the well, and Bland is able to back out and find a little bit of healing. Oh, but it doesn't last long. Crusher finishes them off right after they jump. Pluto's gonna light up the feed as well. And Arcadia Knights look to be in control. The press is still trying to fight this out, but that's a tall order.
Yeah, I mean, getting a lot of value.
It's Cole out.
Yeah, I don't hate this. I absolutely do not hate this. It's going to put Bezra under a ton of pressure there in the back lane. That's going to be the mecha gone, though.
I mean, you've already reached 99, so it's like you're not really buying any more time. You need a fight win if you're Newberry, but getting the Coalescence out is a huge engagement tool off the table.
Nothing really for them to deal with. I'm going to see what Latrick is able to do with this Pulse Prime that's coming, especially with this Death Blossom that's available from J-Man. Gets absolutely swatted in the face hole, and there's the defense matrix on the back. Great play!
Latrick finishing off J-Man. Death Blossom not getting much, and this is true final fight territory, and already 2 kills for Arcadia Knights. Bland does have the Primal's going to go ahead and pop it now. A good knock into the well would go a long way in equalizing, but it's Crusher who are sending people into the void. And Newberry looking worse for wear. Pluto does fall, but Nemo has the Death Blossom on the back, putting a world of hurt onto Bland that, well, Latrick is easily able to finish off. Oh, tries to teleport up, but can't make it in time, but alas, it does not matter. Is Arcadia Knights taking this first round against the 4-1 Newberry.
Yeah, this is back and forth action. This is Arcadia Knights. Okay, we were talking about it in the beginning. Which team is going to show up today? Which roster is going to show up today? And it looks like right now, they are absolutely feeling their oats. They've had wonderful back and forth. Disengaged from Bezra on that Moira at about 84% capture percentage for Arcadia Knights. Realizing that they didn't have enough into the fight, they were able to go back to their team, fight back, and get back there and be able to use that Coalescence to re-engage on the next engagement. That was smart usage and smart awareness of knowing that you just can't keep, blindly pressing the point. So, different set of circumstances here. Do we see the zombie comp come out once again? Yes, Newberry does bring out the zombie comp once again. Arcadia Knights starting out with what they started out with the Reaper and the Cowboy DPS combo. I want to see Pluto get a little bit more resources thrown into that.
Yeah, Pluto listed as the DPS player, by the way, not even on their roster listing as a tank. Stepping into the Reinhardt role, and it's a very different mindset. You have to play a lot more aggressive and trust your supports to give you those resources to stay in that fight. You see Pluto kind of backing up, throwing that shield up, only 600 left on it, but has an early Earth Shatter ready to go. He's going to lay the hammer down. Oh, but it gets interrupted. Depressus finds the kill before the hammer hits the ground. Maybe even a bubble to come out and block it. 'Cause I thought I heard that hammer hit, but alas, nobody was stunned. And now Newberry are starting to push back with that great sustain. They outlast the fight, and they're going to grab first control.
Yeah, they lost the speed advantage as well. Crusher going down absolutely tanks them. And now they have to kite back, be ready to take the next one. The good thing is that they've got a Coalescence ready to go that they can engage on.
Electric's hacked up. Nice pounce. Good focus fire from Newberry. And one of the DPS gone. Pluto responds. It's a 5v5. Only one DPS for each team at the moment. Bland goes down mid-primal. 1,000 health. Not enough to keep Bland alive in that corner. As Nemo drops the Death Blossom over the stairs. Now it's Arcadia's Knight's time to push in and reclaim this objective, plant their flag, and start building their own percentage.
And I was looking at Bezra there, and they invested the Coalescence early, which I absolutely love and applaud. I didn't see Pluto getting very much of the effects of that. Actually got backed into a corner with that primal, but they were able to focus down nicely. Really, sound barrier might be what is required here to hold off against this EMP that's coming in from J-Man. That's what I'm looking at for them to engage with.
Yeah, it's J-Man's setup is so important here. I don't see the Sombra currently. They're lurking in the wings. It's going to be the Coalescence to start off this engagement. Nice flashbang, and Crusher's going to go ahead and drop the sound barrier early. 5-main EMP erases all of those shields. Huge move from J-Man, and it's easy pickings for Newberry.
Yep, they just waited for to hear the sound cue go off, and yeah, great anticipation, great reaction to that, and now you're just going to see it flip at 45%. So pretty equal on both first engagements there, both first holds at the point. You're still looking at Death Blossom and self-destruct from Depressus. Depressus is getting these about 1 every 2 fights, Jeff. So great work, great hiding coming back from Depressus as well to keep Omni and All Night Taco really in the clear.
Yeah, and an early kill on All Night Taco I think is a must right now if Arcadia want to win this next fight. The Deadeye's not going to find him. And the sound barrier comes out. That's a lot of shielding. Electric in trouble. Bezra not faring much better. Falls with Coalescence in hand. Beautiful manual onto Nemo, and that's a 3-player lead. Make it 4 for Newberry.
Yep, I mean, this is a somber diff right now. J-Man has really come alive here on Lighthouse. There's so many interesting avenues that you can hide in. I mean, you can just come out of nowhere and just hit somebody with an EMP, and the manual hacks have been absolutely clean. Nemo has been finding a lot of them, focused on them. So we'll see if they can get back on the point here. 92% and counting.
J-Man already 85% to another EMP. Remember, Crusher used that sound barrier before that EMP came out. Look at Crusher's ult charge in comparison. This Shatter, not bad from Pluto. It's going to find 2, but Bland's able to get back up on their feet and drop that Tesla cannon in favor of those big old raging fists jumping onto the point. Able to pick up 1 healer with it, and the Death Blossom comes out from Peach. Nemo tries to respond, but it is Peach who is the better break dancer on the day. 99% on the board, and yeah, there's a flip from Arcadia Knights, but it's not going to last. That overtime work's going to burn down. We're headed to round 3.
Yeah, we're going to Ruins, buddy, and this is going to be where the rubber meets the road, because you can still run the zombie comp. It is an actual all-map composition, if you really think about it, Jeff, because you have the hackability coming out from J-Man. You've got Nemo or Peach going in on the Reaper, which is a tank busting. You've got the mobility of both the Winston and the Diva. Not to mention that you've got Speed Demon there and All Night Taco. So, man, I like the Cowboy choice here. I don't know if I necessarily like the Reaper here. Now, for Newberry, I can see it because I can see how they work the comp. But Reaper, Cowboy, not...
Yeah, Zarya is just so easy to punish. Once the bubbles are gone, I mean, she's only got 400 health. Very low for a tank, the lowest of all of the tanks. And, yeah, we got to play it perfectly. It's going to be Coalescence start things off from Newberry, and Latrik's already out of the fight. Pluto manually hacked and has to just hide for dear life. Nice move. It's going to send Peach off. No, Peach is apparently able to teleport back on. Arcadia Knights, though, looking no worse for wear. Still at a 6-player strength right now. Try to push in. Oh, I spoke too soon. Here comes Peach in the back. Dancing for death. Finds 2 before finally being
it's just a off tank diff right now. It's also a death diff. You're not getting anything done with the cowboy per se, and you're getting focused down by James. Anytime they try to go in on any kind of move, Nemo, this has been a tenor of this conversation so far. So maybe control isn't the issue. Maybe it's another map type for Nube, but we'll see what they bring into this next fight.
Did I come Latrick? Down in the pit, doesn't have a whole lot of targets. Nice flash on to Peach, but reinforcements show up, and Bland is able to help them take Trick down and get in on that as well. And they're able to save EMP for the flash. It's going to be a broken fight at best for Arcadia.
It's good, done and done. I mean, there's nothing that they can really do right now.
On and pressure can at least catch.
Yeah, I mean, you can get the touch, but I mean, it's going to be frank, and then you're not going to live long to even get there.
Oh, no touch for you. No touch for you. No soup.
Yeah, and it was just the difference with Diva and having the Umbra. I mean, it was pretty much mirrored. The Zara is a clunky choice. Even bringing a skill differently would have been better because you would have had the CC ability of the accretion. You would have been able to eat stuff with the kinetic grasp. I mean, you could have run it that way as well. So, Pluto getting a lot of work as the main tank, not being able to land as many shatters as they could because they got hacked out of 2. Absolutely a frontline summer. We talk about there's 2